The Parks and Recreation Department in York is responsible for overseeing the operations and maintenance of parks, beaches, and public properties, as well as administering the community recreation program. We have 6 full-time employees. 2 are assigned to the Recreation Division and 4 are assigned to the Parks Division. I feel very fortunate to have a veteran group of long-time employees, many of whom grew up here. They know the community well and are able to network very effectively. That kind of interaction with residents, civic organizations, and businesses is key to what we do, and for that matter, how well we do it. Being a coastal resort community, we experience a large fluctuation in population from summer to winter. That, combined with the nature of our business, calls for a workforce that depends largely on seasonal and part-time workers, many of them college-age students. Our staff spends a lot of time conducting orientations and training new employees for various positions. During the prime summer months, we have as many as 60 employees working in different capacities throughout town. York has some tremendous natural resources and some pretty unique public properties. The Parks crew takes pride in the operation of our parks and beaches, and we try very hard to be good stewards of the properties we manage.
We are responsible for maintaining all town and school-owned properties, beaches, parks, athletic fields, and buildings. The Parks Department relies heavily on our seasonal workforce, and it is essential that we are as effective and productive as possible during the busy summer months when we are at full staff. And due to our mostly seasonal workforce, a great challenge to us is recruiting skilled and qualified workers year after year. The crew is essentially divided into the following areas of responsibility: grounds care and mowing, athletic field maintenance, landscape maintenance, beach maintenance and custodial, building maintenance. Our crew is extremely skilled in a wide variety of areas. We are turf specialists, mechanics, equipment operators, and carpenters all rolled into one to deal with the broad range of responsibilities we are entrusted with. We spend a great deal of time training and educating both our full-time and seasonal staff to ensure that as a department we are providing the highest level of public service possible. We have a long, successful history in the field of establishing and maintaining athletic fields and fine turf areas. It's our philosophy to treat our turf with 100% organic products. We started experimenting with organics a few years back, first in our coastal parks along the shore zone. We were impressed with the results and decided to transition all our turf into an organic program. We have had tremendous success and provided the same quality of turf in a safer manner to our users, with no impact to the environment.
I've seen firsthand what the Parks and Rec has done, not only for our school department, but for the town of York. You know, it's a cooperative effort with them. It always has been, and it's been a win-win situation for the schools and the rec programs.
It is important for us to go the extra mile in our turf maintenance program. It's a big responsibility. The community expects us to keep our fields safe and in top condition. Inadequate playing surfaces, or more simply, neglected fields, are the #1 cause of all high school sports-related injuries. We're not going to let that be the case here in York. We're just not. Taxpayers have invested a lot of money in these fields, and we're determined to keeping these fields in pristine condition, not just for the community to use, but also for the community to be proud of. That's why we take a proactive approach to our day-to-day maintenance and spend so much time performing cultural practices such as overseeding, aerating, top dressing. We're constantly evaluating and inspecting the quality of our turf, because complete renovations can literally cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. Our most time-consuming task is the mowing of approximately 65 acres of town and school-owned turf. Of that, 25 acres are athletic fields that require mowing 2 to 3 times per week at much shorter and more difficult to obtain heights. We perform complete ground care services to all our town and school-owned properties. We function in much the same way as a large landscape contractor, and mowing is only one of the many groundskeeping tasks we perform. Some of our larger tasks include ornamental landscape maintenance, shrub and tree pruning and planting, bark mulch installation, weeding and edging, sod installation, irrigation, and many other property management practices. We work on many different small and large projects throughout the year. Field renovations, capital improvements, building maintenance, and both in-house and outsourced construction projects. These are just a few examples of the type of work we perform. We also work closely with many townwide organizations such as York Little League, York Soccer Club, and York Youth Football. We support and assist them with their facility needs, and our expertise in athletic field management is vital to the success of the high-quality programs they provide. The garden clubs in York have been awesome to work with. They help us improve and maintain over 30 traffic islands located throughout the town. Without the help from these dedicated organizations, the beautiful arrangements found around town would not be possible.
We are also responsible for maintenance and improvements to all buildings within the park system. We play an active role in the upkeep of all Town of York buildings. This can often be challenging due to the high number of old and historic structures within the town. Maintaining Nubble Lighthouse presents its own unique challenges. Due to weather, it can often be weeks at a time before we can reach the island safely by rowboat. We also play an active role in the town's snow removal operations, providing the manpower and 2 one-ton plow salt trucks to maintain established town road routes. We also provide the manpower to shovel and salt many entrances and walkways at town buildings.
On an average summer day, York's beaches can see anywhere from 4,000 to 6,000 people. The beaches are extremely important to our community, not only for their recreational value, but to the economy and our tourist industry. Maintaining and managing the beaches is pretty straightforward and similar to that of other public properties. The difference is in the volume and the sheer numbers of people that visit them every day. Beach cleaning and raking, maintaining the public restrooms, access, and our lifeguard and water quality programs are all integral to a good beach management plan.
The Parks Department is also responsible for the maintenance of town beaches. Our greatest challenge in this area is trash removal. We provide and empty approximately 155-gallon trash receptacles throughout the town. Of these, 65 are located at the beaches, which require being emptied up to 3 times a day, 7 days a week during the busy tourist season.
We operate and maintain 3 bathhouses within the park system: Long Sands Bathhouse, Sawyer Park Welcome Center, and Harbor Beach Bathhouse. These facilities see an enormous amount of people daily, and making sure that they are clean and well taken care of can present many unique challenges.
The department oversees and performs daily beach maintenance that includes raking and mechanical cleaning of beach sand, maintenance of beach access points and stairs, beach debris removal. We also maintain and provide all beach signage and lifeguard stands.
Caring for public beaches is never complete. Our beaches are used every day, all year long, regardless of the weather. Keeping our beaches clean, safe, and attractive is a big responsibility, and it's a big part of our job every day.
The Parks Department prides itself in its capabilities to care for so many diverse and demanding properties. We also find it very rewarding. We are committed to the needs of the community, and we make every effort to provide clean, safe, attractive, and publicly inviting properties and recreational facilities for the Town of York.
We allow a variety of activities on the beach based on our philosophy of trying to manage the beaches as opposed to restricting the patrons on the beach. The lifeguard training program here is pretty extensive. I think it probably is as extensive as any lifeguard program in New England. The people that we look to hire are people that are intelligent, hard-working, and character. One of our primary responsibilities during the summer is testing the water for the state of Maine and certainly for the Town of York to make sure that it's safe for all the people that use it. And we do that through our affiliation with a program called Maine Healthy Beaches. We have to take the testing seriously because the beaches in the Town of York are a valuable resource for all of the residents and all of the patrons that come here from far away to use our beaches. So testing the water is an important task that if we don't do it correctly, then we could contribute to perhaps someone getting ill or something to that effect. And so everybody's really welcome to come to our beach and to experience it in whatever way they want. There's volleyball, bocce ballers, skimboarders, surfers, swimmers. As long as they don't violate the ordinances that we have in town, as long as they're safe, we like to try and manage it to the best of our abilities, try and make sure that everybody has as much fun as possible on our beaches.
Nubble Lighthouse is York's premier tourist attraction. During the peak season, thousands of people visit the park every day, most taking photographs of the lighthouse and enjoying passive recreation activities like fishing or picnicking. The waters around the Nubble offer some exceptional opportunities for divers. During the 2007 Patriots Day storm, we received considerable damage to the park and the island. The 140-foot boat ramp on the island was pretty much destroyed. The boathouse was damaged, and the stairway leading to the top of the island was badly eroded and shifted off its foundation. There was also considerable damage to the roof of the keeper's house. On the mainland, the park received significant shoreline erosion to its northeast perimeter, and there was wave and wind damage throughout the park. Chief Bracey and I worked with FEMA officials for over a year, and eventually the town was awarded a grant for $300,000. We were able to replace the entire boat ramp, repair the boathouse and stairs leading up to the top of the island, and replaced the asphalt shingles on the keeper's house. In addition, we did a large shoreline stabilization project in the park and repaired most of the damage caused by the storm. I'm really quite proud of the project. The work was completed at no cost to the town. It was a significant improvement, and it should serve the property well for many years to come. Back in the early 1990s, volunteers Berner and Henry Runlet spearheaded a project to build a welcome center in the park that included public restroom facilities and a small gift shop. Currently, there are over 40 volunteers who all donate their time to the preservation of the lighthouse. The program has been extremely successful. The proceeds from the gift shop fund the entire annual operating budget for the park and the lighthouse. It's really pretty cool.
Our volunteer program here at Sawyer Park, we have 35 volunteers, 8 ambassadors. We have them go up to the top part of the area of Nubble Light and they pass out brochures, lots of information, lots of history that they give to each customer that comes through here. We try to make every customer feel comfortable, make them feel welcome. They feel happy when they leave here. Okay. One of the fun things we have here at Sawyer Park is our guest book, and from bus groups to families to folks that come up here year after year. They come in, they give us stories of what their memories were up here. We have them sign the guest book here, and last year we had 52 countries that came to visit us here.
Well, my interaction here with the customers started when I started writing books. The first book I ever wrote was Nubble Light. And of course they sold a lot of books here and they get all of the profits from the sale of the books. And I sat here on the porch and I would sign those things. People would buy them, and then of course all the profits from the sale of the items would go into the restoration department for the Nubble. People love to meet the author or the artist or whatever you have. They even bring kids down, they want pictures taken. It's a great experience, and of course if you love people and they seem to relate to you, it's just so much fun, you can't believe it.
As towns grow and evolve, from time to time they feel the need to preserve and protect properties that are important for historic, cultural, or environmental reasons. While that is the case with the town's property at the mountain, the Agamenicus Conservation Initiative is really much bigger than that. The town got involved in 1980. The former ski area was up for sale, and the property was being threatened with a large-scale development project. York voters supported purchasing the 200-acre parcel as a means of protecting it through public ownership. In addition, the York and Kittery water districts had already purchased large tracts of land to protect their respective watersheds, and currently they own over 4,000 acres. In 1987, through the Land for Maine's Future program, local citizens began working with nonprofit conservation groups to acquire additional land. And today, the town's land sits in the midst of 11,000 acres, known as the Agamenicus Conservation Region. The property owners control and manage their own land, and while the primary mission of each agency may differ, they all work cooperatively to balance wildlife, water quality, and safe and sustainable recreation. The town-owned land is located at the summit of First Hill, and then extends out in northwesterly directions towards the North Berwick side of the mountain. The town also has a long-term lease with the York Water District and is responsible for maintaining the access road that leads to the summit. The incredible views and the ease and accessibility make the summit and the access road the hub or focal point of most of the recreational activity that takes place here. We believe that managing the property in a way that supports responsible recreation is the way to ensure that future generations have the same opportunities that we enjoy today.
Mount A is very unique for many reasons. Within this land mass, we have about 40 miles of trail, and we manage about 11,000 acres. We have some pretty unique natural resources here. We have very high concentration of vernal pools and pocket wetlands. And vernal pools are a fantastic habitat for a lot of rare species, including spotted turtles and Blanding's turtles, a lot of amphibians. You know, people are very excited to see wildlife. I think they come here because you don't have that opportunity as much down in downtown. You know, they're coming here for a natural experience. We'll see a lot of people up here with spotting scopes and binoculars, looking for a lot of those birds of prey that are coming through. A lot of the trails are eroding because they're going straight up and down the fall line, or they are really close to wet areas or sensitive habitat, the lands that we're trying to protect. So we've been working really hard to throw in switchbacks, close trails that are redundant, increase the intact forest, reduce fragmentation, and move trails away from sensitive areas and rerouting trails. We do have a seasonal trail crew. It's funded in part through the Recreational Trails Program, and we also get a lot of help from our volunteers. This year alone, we've had so far over 1,500 hours of volunteer labor. The plan for the lodge itself is actually to incorporate a lot of displays that would focus on the local ecology, the local geology, recent history, and talk about our conservation efforts, and hopes to recruit more volunteers and let folks know about why this area is so important before they actually head onto the trails. So they learn how to have the least amount of impact and how they can leave no trace and leave the area better than how they found it. We do estimate that we have about 30,000 visitors here per year, and I think that number is growing. So it's a really nice, unique area for the residents of the town of York, but also all of southern Maine and the Seacoast, New Hampshire area come here on a regular basis. So it's a place where we're trying to balance the natural habitat with recreation.
Recreation is a business of constantly monitoring and evaluating community programs, trends, and interests. The challenge is to determine what those interests are and then find the people and resources necessary to develop the programs and bring them to the community. We are constantly finding talented people in the community who have so much to offer. Sometimes they come in the way of paid staff, and other times they have parents or community volunteers. We also share an excellent relationship with the York School Department and utilize their facilities for the majority of our programming. The recreation program in York is funded primarily through user fees charged to participants. In many ways, we operate very similar to that of a small business. The concern here is that user fee-based programs stand the risk of excluding children of parents who can't afford it. As a community service organization, it's our job to come up with creative ways to assure that no child is turned away for that reason. I think a great testimony to the recreation program in York is the support we receive from the business community. York Hospital has for many years partnered with the Parks and Recreation Department and contributed significantly to ensure that our programs stay affordable to the community. In addition, Stonewall Kitchen and York Community Services have provided our entire scholarship fund for our summer day camps. In addition to that, there are 70 small businesses who all make annual sponsorships towards the activities of the Parks and Recreation Department. We've all heard the saying, it takes a community, and that is truly the case here.
Every day is a new challenge at the Recreation Department. Our programs are 100% self-supporting, so we look at quantity, but more than quantity, we look at quality.
We challenge ourselves every day to be on the cutting edge of what's in and what's happening locally, globally, trying to make those kind of programs happen here for our community. I love my job. It's fun, it changes day to day. No 2 days behind my desk are ever the same. Typically there's almost always somebody knocking on the door with a program idea, and it's our job to implement it and see to it that we find a way to make it happen in the community.
We set the bar very high here. We've all learned from Mike, I have to say that he has set very, very high standards for the Parks and Recreation Department, and we all work really, really hard to make our program the best community program, hopefully in the state of Maine. We work at building relationships with the people who are important to the program and for the program, such as varsity coaches, our parent volunteers, our sponsors that help us day to day in offering the programs, being able to offer the programs.
It's an opportunity to share our expertise with the community, to provide events that people can attend and enjoy. Some of them are recreation oriented, some of them are free, some of them are fundraiser oriented, some of them are youth enrichment based.
Although we sit behind a desk most of the time, when you actually go out into the field and you go to a lacrosse game or you go to a soccer game and you see people having a blast, it makes our job really great.
Communities get to be described in many ways, but the most important part of any community is the people. The rec department does a great job supporting the relationships among people in this community. As York Hospital, we're very proud to support that and to be a very small, and it's quite small, part of promoting that in the community or supporting that in the community.
Here at the Recreation Office, we are really the go-to place for visitors and citizens alike. They will call asking questions about our lifeguards, our beaches, our parks, and we answer them. It's sometimes difficult to keep everyone abreast and everything organized, and good communication and coordination is really key as far as this office is concerned. I think one reason that we're all so good at what we do is because we work together to accomplish goals. We really work together as a team, and we're able to do so much.
The key to the success of the Parks and Recreation Department is not only how well we communicate from within, but how well we communicate and connect with you. Our programs are a reflection of you and a product of the community. We'd like to dedicate the next few minutes of this clip to our citizens, businesses, civic organizations, and community volunteers. We hope you enjoy it. Cut. Good job, kids.
Good job.
Good job.
see friends shaking hands, singing, how do you do? They really say, I love you. I hear babies cry and I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than we'll know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Someday I wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where trouble melts like a lemon drops high above the chimney top. That's where you find me, oh, somewhere over the rainbow, way up high. And the dreams that you dare to, why, oh, why can't I?
If everybody had an ocean across the USA, then everybody'd be served like California. You'd see them wearing their baggies, Warachi sandals too, a bushy, bushy blonde hairdo, serving USA. You'll catch them surfing at Nell, Ventura County line. We'll all be gone for the summer. We're on safari to stay. Tell the teacher we're serving USA. And Anchor Beach and Swan, Pacific Palisades, San Onofre and Sun, Redondo Beach and LA, all over La Jolla and Waimea Bay. Everybody's gone surfing USA.
my dreams to turn into something I could believe in, and looking for that magic rainbow on the horizon. I couldn't see it until I let go, gave in to love, and watched all the bitterness burn. Now I'm coming alive, body and soul, feeling my world start to turn. And I'll taste every moment and live it out loud. I know this is the time, this is the time to be more than a name or face in the crowd. I know this is the time, this is the time of my life, time of my life. Holding on to things and vanished into the air, left me in pieces, but now I'm rising from the ashes, finding my wings. Know that I needed was there all along, within my reach, as close as the beat of my heart. And I'll taste every moment and live it out loud. I know this is the time, this is the time to be more than a name or a face in the crowd. I know this is the time, this is the time of my life, the time of my life. And I'm out on the edge of forever, ready to run, keeping my feet on the ground, arms open wide, face to the sun. And I'll taste every moment and live it out loud. I know this is the time, this is the time to be more than a name or a face in the crowd. I know this is the time, this is the time of my life, my life. More than a name or a face in the crowd. I know this is the time, this is the time of my time of my life, time of my life.